Hi, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our iTeam World Live event. Well, I'm Daniel Lee. I'm from Malaysia. I'll be your host for today. So, our topic of discussion for today morning is when the world frees, we expand. So, what does it mean? Well, we'll find out more over a coffee session with our special host for today, Dato Kelvin. Uh, well, I hope some of you guys are maybe having your breakfast or maybe in the middle of preparation. So if you do, you're just in time. So please help us to share, like, comment, tell your friends, family. We are live now, so come and tune in. And also, before I begin, I would like to invite my two other wonderful co-hosts that will be joining me today. So first off, I have BJ. BJ is from the Philippines. He's a very young entrepreneur.
Hey, good
Hi,
morning,
morning,
Daniel.
BJ.
Good
Hi,
morning.
morning. And also, second off, I have also from Malaysia, Madeline. Madeline is a
Hi,
young entrepreneur.
Daniel. Hi,
Welcome to the
BJ. Hi,
show.
everyone, friends and family online. Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Madeline. Good
So,
morning.
so what's up? What's going on?
Doing good. Here in the Philippines, just yesterday, our Philippine president just extended our enhanced community quarantine until May 15. How about there, Madeline?
Oh, actually, we are doing good in Malaysia here, but we are
Yep,
extended also until May 12th, I think. And we
that's
have
right.
been under lockdown for almost 40 days already. But anyway, today is going to be interesting and exciting for every one of us because now we are going to invite our special guest today and a bit about him before we invite him out. He is the self-made millionaire at the age of 24 and now became a decade millionaire by 30. And he is one of the founder of iTeam, also known as the Millionaire Creator. So without further ado, let us
Awesome.
welcome our special guest today, Dr. Calvin.
Yeah,
Hello.
right.
Hi. Good morning. Good
Hi.
morning. Hi,
Morning.
Hi,
Daniel. Hi,
Dr.
DJ. Hi, Madeline. Whoa, Madeline,
Hi,
look good today. You look like the
thank
Wang Hong,
you.
huh?
Whoa, really, really. I take that as
Yes.
compliment. Thank
I
you.
hope
Hi,
that
Dr.
everybody is still okay. You're out mentally. All right. We are locked down 39 days already. I hope that people are not going crazy. Yeah.
But despite of we are being locked down, right? We all of us are really excited to meet you and have this coffee session today. So, how are you doing? Can you share with us what have you been doing during your lockdown?
Wow, lockdown 39 days. In fact, it was what an experience. I bet that nobody in the whole wide world has ever experienced the world in such a state before. Let me share with you what we have done for the last 39 days, in lockdown. We got our lockdown and immediately we were thinking to ourselves, I said, look, iTeam has got thousands and thousands of people. At this moment of time, what is very important in lockdown is our body. So if you talk about body, you have to do some exercise. So we created
Right.
ITV immediately. And then what we did was we have eye hit exercise, we have eye yoga, we have eye pilates, we have eye combat, so that your body are taken care of. All right. And of course, we also think that our mind is very important during the lockdown period. Mind is important, and we invited some very experienced masters and coaches and stuff. We have this Wim Hof breathing that day, and then we have this image consultant who was giving us training about taking care of your image. And we also have Hans Sim. My God, this Malaysian record breaker, Guinness Book of Record breaker, was teaching us how can we increase our mind memory power. And next week we're gonna invite somebody from Toastmasters. Everybody knows Toastmasters. It's talking about public speaking. Can you see that? So we were very, very exciting. Now we also realized that there were some things that was very important during our lockdown. We were all safely at home, but our frontliners, our medical people, are fighting the battle of life and death with a lot of people. You get what I'm saying? Or from that. So we saw that there were a lot of people, giving appreciation to them. So we thought that why should we should give some appreciation. So then hundreds of our people were doing posters, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate
Right.
you, all the best and everything. And we even created an MV, a Chinese MV, and then there was a beautiful song. The next slide, please. The beautiful song. So what happens was the MV that was talking about, showing about 坚信爱会赢, and also the other one was we are the world movie. That was amazing. You get what I'm saying? That was truly amazing. And in fact, what we even had done was there was this wonderful can we show the next slide? Yes, we don't just want to support them mentally. We want to take actions. So immediately we told our IT people, look, we're going to donate PPEs because a lot of hospitals and they were struggling because people who are fighting for us right at the front liners. You get what I'm saying? So we donated a lot of thousands and thousands of PPEs to the KL General Hospital, Penang General Hospital, and of course the University of Malaya that was only like 2 days ago, all right, from there. But there was something even more interesting. Can you believe it? What we did in lockdown, we did an ice slimming contest. People were locked down, and then people are actually, there's nothing much to do. I saw people were posting, eat, sleep, and play. You know what I'm saying? But look, these people were actually slimming during the lockdown period. Can you imagine that? And there were some people losing 8 kilograms in lockdown, 12 kilograms in lockdown. Last time they looked so
Amazing.
ugly. Yeah, no, I mean, they don't look ugly. I mean, now they certainly look much better. You get what I'm saying? All right, from there. And in fact, we have so much online seminars that was pretty interesting. There were, we have a lot of seminars online. We have the Chinese one, English ones. And of course, after what we have done here was that our seminars for the last 39 days has been attended by almost 45,000 people live. Did you see that? 45,000 people live. All right.
Awesome.
So that is why, because of this lockdown 39 days, iTeam was doing so many actions online. And you know what? Today we are here. All right. Yeah, we are here. And then as we are here, you know that for the last 2-3 months, and particularly for the last 39 days that we're locked down, our growth has increased by 150%. Can you imagine that?
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
That's really a lot
guys,
going on.
Yes.
Yes, that's amazing.
Yep, truly amazing. I mean, I myself have joined some of the event, and yes, you're right. Body is really important. So morning exercise and so on. Indeed, when the world frees, we expand. I could see that IT business is powering through and growing exponentially. Just like other businesses as well, like face masks, hand gloves, grocery business, and also deliveries from F&B. So how about you, BJ? What about the Philippines? Are they similar?
Yeah, yes, same here in the Philippines now. There's a lot of new delivery services popping out, and then the peoples are buying toilet papers, masks, groceries, sanitizers, and even the bread too are selling like crazy.
Wait, guys.
Okay.
Before we move on, right? I think we forget one thing. Okay, this is the coffee session, right? I think we should
Oh
get
yeah,
yourself a drink.
coffee time. Cheers.
Coffee
All right,
time.
cheers.
Okay, cheers, guys. Cheers.
Hey, Madeline, what are you drinking?
Oh, I'm actually taking soy green as my breakfast. I haven't had my breakfast yet. So I just have my breakfast ready just now in just 5 minutes. You know what is this? Actually, soy green, right? It's just like the thing that the people who take every day to lose weight. Just now you see like they lose weight so crazy, right? Like 12 kg, 6 kg. They actually take soy green every day because it gives like the nutrition that our body need every day. And it's really easy to prepare, Like I'm actually very lazy. So just with like 1 pack of this and then a cup of water, that's all I need. Yeah, it's very fast.
Yeah,
Good stuff.
indeed. Really. You see, a lot of them was drinking the soy green, and then sometimes I always tell people this. I said, No, some people were asking, how does it taste? I said, it tastes exactly like coffee. And you know what? There are so many people who drink coffee every single day. Can you imagine those people who are drinking coffee, for example? I'm sure whether in Philippines, in Singapore, in Hong Kong, in United States of America, and all over the world, Starbucks is going up everywhere. Coffee Bean is everywhere. All kinds of coffee is everywhere. But do you know that all this coffee, do you think it is cheap? Do you think it's cheap? No. In Malaysia, I saw it in Starbucks. A cup of coffee is like 15 ringgit, 16 ringgit. That day, I saw a cup of coffee was 20 ringgit. And look, people don't drink coffee once a month. People don't drink coffee once a week. They drink it almost every single day. So then when I calculated, I realized that, hey, you know what? One day, every month, the money that you spend drinking Starbucks, you're spending money. But if you drink this, you are actually making money. Can you see that? That is what we call the sharing economy.
Oh, okay. This becomes like interesting. So you're saying that soy drink I'm drinking every day is gonna make money, is it? So and you're mentioning like sharing economy. So how it actually works?
You see, this is what we call the power of prosumerism. Okay, what is prosumerism? Prosumerism literally means there's actually two words. That means a proactive consumer. So most of the time, consumers will be, okay, I spend money, I take the product and things like this. But still, 5 years down the road, 6 years down the road, I'm still spending money. You get what I'm saying? And things are getting more and more expensive. So the power of prosumerism means that by taking the product, you can also share to your friends. For example, now I'm in Malaysia. I have my relatives in Singapore, and then I share the same product to my relatives, and my relatives share to another friend who is working in Hong Kong and staying in Hong Kong, and then his friend is sharing in United States of America. So through this sharing economy, by you benefiting from the product, you share to other people, and it's continued to grow. What happens is you will be taking the product at a very cheaper and cheaper rate, to the extent that you will be taking it for free. You get what I'm saying? So all you need to do is, for example, I share to two friends, and the two friends share to another two friends and another two friends who I don't even know. You get what I'm saying? I don't even know who is in New York, who is just bought the products, because I don't know them. But yet you have a benefit. So the power of prosumerism allows somebody to consume the product, and in fact, one day you can be taking it for free. That is why a lot of our consumers are very happy with our platform. And you imagine you can take care of your health, take care of your diet, take care of all this, your immune system, free. You know what I'm saying? So that is the power of prosumerism, sharing economy.
Okay, Dato. So let's come back to our main topic for today. So when the world freezes, we expand. And as you know, right now, many people are worried about the future. There's a lot of uncertainty. I mean, how bad is the crisis is?
Oh, you know, the whole world is locked down now. Let me show you some PowerPoint to tell you, because it's not being presented by me. We're talking about experts who are saying this. You know, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, all right? So a couple of weeks ago, they told the whole world about, you have to do something. All the governments, economy, everybody has to do something from there. Why? Because they said that the worst economic fallout ever as compared to the Great Depression. Can you see this graph? You can see this very clear graph here. The yellow line was in fact the 2008 financial crisis that we had last time. And look at that graph. So things was going down, all right, from there. But look at the red graph. As according to IMF, they forecast that this crisis, this is the graph we were talking about. So a lot of businesses will be hit very, very hard. But of course, some are more severe than others. Okay, from there, let me give you some examples of what are the industries. Oh, well, look at this. Look at this. You see what the IMF was talking. Only 3 months ago, right before when we stepped into 2020, they did adjustments and forecasts and things like this. 160 countries would have positive growth per capita. But yet now, because of COVID-19, ever since January or something like that, when COVID-19 strikes the world, now the forecast is 170 countries would have negative growth. That means going into recession and depression. We are only have 195 countries around the world. 170 countries will have negative growth. So some businesses will be very, very badly hit. For example, there are businesses like, for example, malls and the high streets. Can you imagine? Yes, now lockdown, malls have to be closed, okay, from there. But what would happen after when you release from lockdown, after post-lockdown? Yeah, do you expect the mall started to be crowded all over again? No, you will see that people are still social distancing. Probably you will get only about 30% of the number of traffic that you used to have. So malls will be greatly affected. The second one is actually our restaurants and bars. Okay, so restaurants are badly hit, especially the fine dining. But some restaurants, they can still do a delivery. Okay, so at least they can still have some cover of their costs and things like this. So this will be badly hit. The third thing is also something very interesting is actually our music festivals. Do you know there are so many events company out there who do all kinds of music festivals and things like this? Can you imagine lockdown? Of course not. But not just now. Right, even after we are released from lockdown, you will not be seeing all these events coming up. You get what I'm saying? So those people, the industries will be badly hit. And the next thing, of course, also another one is badly hit. Wow, sports event. Never had I experienced the Olympic is cancelled, postponed. You never have I experienced that, America, NBA, the basketball, it is cancelled. Football in the whole of Europe, it is like life to them. It is completely cancelled. Look, it is not just the match is cancelled. We're talking about so many related businesses that evolves around sports, and they are going to be hit really, really bad. What is number 5 here? Number 5, beauty salons and services. Look, we all know that the COVID-19 is spread through close contacts. You can say, would you want to go for close contacts? You don't know who is the previous customer and the previous customer, you can say. And the worst thing is he doesn't have any symptoms, but you never know whether he has a COVID-19. So all this industry will be badly hit. And then the number 6 one, also gym. Would you go to gym when you're all sweating and stuff? You know what I'm saying? We all know that the virus can be on a material for hours and even days. Okay, gyms will be badly hit. Number 7 is also our weddings. You see, all these events will be badly hit. What about the number 8 one, which is pretty interesting? Okay, cinemas, museums, and all this, I guess, will be completely badly hit. Number 9. Oh my God, airline industry. Have you guys seen there is this kind of app that you can see the number of planes in the sky? You know what I'm saying? The number of planes in the sky.
Yeah.
Now you see that, oh my God, now it's less than 10%. Only cargo flights are flying. All the consumer flights are grounded. Can you imagine how many people are involved in this industry? Travel agency. Would you travel? Even though after lockdown, don't tell me you sign up for the next travel to Japan to whatever right after this. I'm sure not. You get what I'm saying? Cruise, my God. Can you remember that the cruise that was stuck it started in Japan and they don't even let you embark again from there? Oh my God, they will be completely hit. There are thousands and thousands of people involved in this industry. What next? Big factories. Look, now China the factories are operating back, but who are they going to sell to? Europe is not buying. United States is not buying. Why? Because they're still struggling with COVID-19. So a lot of factories will be hit unless you are selling essential products. Okay. What about number 12? Okay. We also have, oh my God. Now is the time where the spring is coming, and the flowers are booming, but flowers does not last. Do you know that the whole Dutch industry of flowers will be busted just like that? Why? Because there will be totally zero income, florists and things like this. Number 13, let me see. What are the effects? Oh my God, hotel. I used to be in hotel. I was studying hotel management and catering. I was working as a receptionist for 3 months. But yet, I know that my colleagues, my friends, who are actually in hotel industry, they were hit hard. Some hotels are actually closed down. Can you imagine? Intercontinental Hotel, Hong Kong, closed. You know what I'm saying?
That's bad.
How much that impact is this? Then what about the next one, 14? All right, educational related businesses. Now, education is not just about education, the colleges and the universities, the schools, but the related businesses, small businesses that is related to education. They are all being hit very, very badly. All right. And the last one I would like to share with you, of course, sightseeing travels or travel tour guides. Do you know in Malaysia there are 10,000 over tour guides and 0 tourists? What do? You know what I'm saying? So these are the industries that will be hit pretty badly. Now I'm telling you this is not because that we are pessimistic. We're telling you that this situation is not only in lockdown. After lockdown, post-lockdown, COVID-19, what is going to happen? Now we all know the only real solution is to be able to find a vaccine. Yes or no? Yeah. So what happens is if we don't have this, this thing will still be around. You know what I'm saying? So it could be some economists are saying this is going to be more than half a year. It's going to be the whole year of 2020 and even into 2021. So we got to be prepared. If you belong to some of these industries, you got to do something about it. But in regards to disregard of all the crisis and all the bad things that is happening, we always hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. Okay?
Yep, definitely hope for the best and prepare for the worst. Well, we can see that, there's no doubt that all the economy, the businesses, small and even the major are being hit. I mean, you can see every country is suffering right now. I mean, definitely there's some other industry that's doing well on top of this.
Yes, of course. Let us show you some PPT. Very interesting. You see, I'm staying here right now in my house. My neighbor right there, he is the owner of the Village Grocery. You know Village Grocery?
Yes.
At this time, his business is growing. My neighbor, just a couple of houses by back, is the owner of Top Glove, Tan Sri Lim Wei Chai, his business. I asked him for some glove. He said, I'm sorry, sold out. Why? Because you supply cannot meet the demand. So medical masses, supplies, cleaning services, these are businesses that are growing. Groceries, shopping deliveries. It's crazy now. You know what I'm saying? All these shopping deliveries that are actually booming. And also other industries, take a look. Remote doctors, online video conferencing. That day I saw the news that Zoom, the video conferencing platform, the share actually grew by almost 70%. Can you imagine this? But the thing is, you guys, we can't take this opportunity. Can we see the next slide? So what happens was, look, you can't be starting a grocery. You can't be starting to sell, masks and medical equipment just like that. You get what I'm saying? But of course, you probably can start selling toilet papers or soups or sanitizers. No, I'm not saying this. I'm going to tell you there is one industry right here in front of you that is very important, that is so attractive at this moment of time, because in the crisis of pandemic, people are looking for two things. Number one, health. Yeah? A lot of people don't pay attention to health, but when COVID-19 strikes, everybody is paying attention to health. Can you imagine this? All right, from there. And then everybody is also looking for an opportunity for an extra income. So take a look at these two rings over here. These two trends that blends together. And that two trends, one is the wellness trend and another one is e-commerce trend. Let me tell you the truth. The truth is, in this pandemic crisis, these two industries will continue to grow exponentially. Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah.
Wow.
Take a look at that. That's
Okay,
why
so
we are
in the Philippines, Datu. Okay, so in the Philippines, many small, medium businesses will be closing down. So many start their staff to retrench. And what do you say to this, boss? Can they join or can they join the e-commerce trend?
Yeah, of course, definitely. And especially for those business, small, medium price enterprises, if you belong to that 15 industry that will be badly hit, you got to have a plan B. You got to do something about it, okay, from there. And you were talking about, in the Philippines, there are retrenchments and things like this. In Asia side, it's still okay. But you know what? Yesterday, I was watching the new CNN, and in America, 26 million people, 6 out of 1. 1 out of 6. 1 out of 6 American are actually now out of job. Can you see that? Why? Because small businesses are closing down. Now, I want to tell you this thing. For small businesses, at this moment of time, do not panic, all right? When we tell you about how the crisis, how serious it is, it's not for you to panic. It's for you to plan ahead. You don't just plan for 3 months. You probably can plan for 6 months, 1 year down the road so that you can navigate quickly, okay, from this sense. Don't just be locked down and then you are panicking, but stay calm, evaluate the situation and do something about it. If you are small businesses, I would suggest two very important steps. Number one important step is what? Actually, what you need to do is, in fact, take care of your cash flow, because cash flow is the key things here. All right. So different businesses have different business models. The cash flow, how does the money coming in? So you got to take care of where the cash flow is, where the income can actually possibly still continue to come in. Maybe not 100%, maybe not 80%, maybe not 60%, but maybe at least you have still income coming in. Then the next thing, you probably have to cut some costs. There are a lot of unnecessary costs that you need to cut. But unfortunately, to a lot of traditional businesses, their employees, their staffings is one of the biggest costs. So can you imagine that? Those days when my friends were telling me, you say, oh, Kelvin, we are doing 100 million turnover a year, and you also doing 100 million, but I need to take care of 300 staff, 500 staff. Let's say 200 staff, pay 2,500 ringgit per month. Every month, the boss is going to fork up 500,000 just to pay their staffs. What about companies who have 600 staffs, 1,000 staff? The bigger it is, the harder the fall will become. So the small businesses will grow faster because small businesses are actually adapting. Now, apart from this is what we call the defensive strategy. So you got to first cut the cost first. Then the second thing is that actually take care of your cash flow. Then, of course, you cannot be just defensive. You got to be offensive, all right, also. So before I tell you about offensive, I want to show you a little video clip over here from the Edge TV.
Genting and its units are said to be planning the first group-wide salary cut since its founding in 1965. Citing an internal memo, Bloomberg reports the casino to hospitality conglomerate is proposing as much as 20% temporary reduction of basic salary for employees based on their ranks. Meanwhile, Genting Hong Kong suggests up to 50% cut for those holding vice president role or higher. Bloomberg says Genting Hong Kong confirmed that the salary cut will be in effect until year-end. Meanwhile, Genting Singapore and Genting Malaysia said they have proposed similar voluntary pay cuts with varying terms. Chief Operating Officer Tan Kong Han reportedly said in the memo that the group's businesses have been badly affected and bouncing back to pre-pandemic levels would be tough. He added that Genting seeks to avoid job cuts as much as possible, even if salary remains one of its biggest cost components. CIMB ASEAN Research Institute warns that many brick-and-mortar businesses, particularly those in the ASEAN region, will likely be wiped out if the COVID-19 pandemic lockdown measures are prolonged unless market confidence is restored. This is the case especially for micro, small and medium enterprises, which are struggling to survive the current onslaught. The think tank says these businesses must be ready to migrate to online platforms, but acknowledges it would be a challenge for ASEAN governments to equip these businesses digitally in the shortest possible time. It notes that these nations are still grappling with managing the COVID-19 health crisis, each at different stages in the pandemic. Post-pandemic, the think tank says that ultimately, in the absence of a vaccine, physical distancing would still define the new normal of business as usual. Governments may also need to continue to extend relief for industries requiring more physical interaction and employing a substantial workforce, such as travel, hospitality, tourism, and retail.
Yes, indeed. You can see that. All right. What the Edge TV has actually told you. One of the solution offensively is you've got to go online. So those businesses who are whatever you are, restaurants or whatever products that you're selling, what you need to do is those people who are prepared online, they will be able to ride through this crisis. So look, what is iTeam all about? It is exactly in the merger of a health needs and also an e-commerce platform where we are actually going online. So we are not going to just ride over the crisis, but we're going to boom and grow over the crisis.
Yes. I'm starting to get the point, like Dato you said just now, to ask us to keep calm and then make two plans, right? One defensive and one offensive plan. So, but beside that, like how exactly that you overcome this crisis, like to turn it into opportunity? Do you have any tips for us?
Yes, you see, the very important thing is that many people are struggling and panic, and some people are doing nothing. But if you view it as an opportunity, you will find to adapt and do certain actions that is going to turn this crisis into an opportunity. Those of you who wants to turn an opportunity to crisis, please leave in the comments. Type in these three very important words. Say, yes, I can. Type it in now. Yes, I can. Yes, type it in now.
Yes,
type it in now. So you got to believe that yes, you can. Yes, you can actually turn this crisis into an opportunity. But there are three things you need to take care here. Number one is actually your mindset. Your mindset is very important. I still remember when I was in college, okay, there was a story about a shoe manufacturing company, a factory, who sends his marketing executive to do a survey in Africa. So the first surveyor came back and he tell his boss, cannot sell shoe in Africa. Why? Nobody is wearing shoe. Then the second surveyor comes back and he says that boss, sure can sell shoe, big business, because nobody wears shoe. As long as one person wear your shoe, you will have unlimited business potential. Again, this is mindset. At this moment of time, you know that people are looking for extra income. At this moment of time, you know that people are looking for help. So if you have something that allows people to turn their mindset, this becomes an opportunity. Number two, I suggest that you change some friends. Wow, what do you mean? I'm not saying that, hey, I'm not saying that, hey, that's what tell me, I don't unfriend you already. No. What I'm saying is, look, do you know there was a survey that says that the closest 5 people around you is a reflection of yourself? So if the closest 5 friends of you are poor, most likely you are poor. So the closest 5 people around you who are employees, most likely you are an employee. If the closest 5 people of you are millionaires, most likely you're one of the millionaires. Why? Because the friends influence you very, very closely. At this point of time, it is very important for you to get new friends, entrepreneur friends, people who are in the business, of growing, not just waiting and to survive in crisis, but trying to flourish and blossom in the times of crisis. Number 3, I want to suggest everybody, you got to be adaptive. Stop saying that, you know what, I've not done this before. You know what, I've not tried this before. At this time of crisis, you got to be adaptable. You got to take actions. That's why small businesses will grow at this time when they are online and when they have a product that people actually needs now. Why? Because they're very adaptive. They can act right away. Big ships turns very slowly until boom. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying to you is these are the things that you can take note of.
Right. Definitely take note on that. We know a lot of major company businesses are really not in the good look right now. A lot of business is doing really bad. Not only that, employee like myself is suffering as well. What can you say about for a salesperson? Is there any alternative that they can look into, perhaps?
Yeah, of course. Certain sales, there are a lot of sales, different kind of sales out there. For example, I was saying that, tour guides. Tour guides are basically salespeople. They sell tourism, they sell attractions, they bring people to, they sell all this stuff. So what happens is, look, there will not be any tourists. So what happens is you got to adapt right away. What about car salespeople? How many, not hundreds, we're talking about tens of thousands of car salespeople. Let me ask you this. How many of you, after MCO, will go out and buy a new car?
No.
No, you can say not just after MCO. For the whole year, I probably would be thinking about buying a car. So what would happen to your nature of business, and especially salespeople? Your income is very much dependent on your sales and your commission. Oh, by the way, Daniel, you are actually a salesperson. Why not you can share to us some of your personal story of what makes you come into IT?
Sure, I can. But first, let's have a coffee break first.
Oh,
Let's have a drink. All right. So what made me join iTeam? So the main reason is basically my son. Well, basically, there's a small incident. This was when I was in Singapore. So before that, I actually got to know about iTeam from my wife. So my wife is already into it already. So the long story short is my son got fever. He got high fever and was admitted to hospital. And I have to pay a huge amount of admission fee alone just for admitting him to the hospital. Of course, we as a young parent, we got panicked. So no choice. It's about 14,000. How can I afford that? I mean, even I can afford what happened if the next time happened, right?
Yeah.
So working a 9 to 5 job will not just cut it. I mean, even being in the workforce for such a long time, for 3, 4, 5 years, the increment that I get is only 3%. Maybe if you're lucky, then 10%. So in the long run, I'm not going anywhere. So that's what hit me hard. And I thought to myself, I need to have a plan B. I can't be just doing whatever I'm doing. I need to have another plan to outsource this. Then
yes, that's great.
That's right. So that's where the switch came from me. The second reason I would say is family. So myself, I think a lot of people these days, they value more family qualities. They want to spend more time with their family. So I don't mind the pay cut. So that's why I went back to Malaysia to be with my family.
Yes. Now, when you come back to iTeam, you'll be making tons more than what you've been making also in Singapore, as long as you do the right things from here.
That's right.
You see, a lot of salespeople will be affected. So different salespeople, you probably know because you are in different industries. So you got to make that preparation, all right, from there. So I want to share with you this slide here, which is truly also very important, especially for salespeople. This is a crisis-proof industry where the health and the wellness industry comes together. Because in times when the economy is good, there will be more consumers. When the economy is bad, there will be more builders. What does it mean? It actually means that, for example, let's say I'm a car salesman. I know that sales will be badly affected. So what I need to do is that I look at the e-commerce, I look at wellness, and then if I am interested to make that shift and make that change, all I need to do is just come on board. You know what I'm saying? Come on board. Then instead of me coming on board, if I am a car salesman, who are my friends? Also a car salesman. So I get 2 friends, and then they will get 2 friends, and you get 2 friends. All you need is have 8 friends building this together with you, and tremendously you will realize that you will be growing the business, and then suddenly you realize that I could be making $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and then you suddenly realize that you can convert the crisis. People out there who are the tour guides and then things like this, your friends are tour guides. If you are hit hard, wouldn't you not think that your friends are also hit hard? Yes, they are. So you got to go out, not just helping yourself, and you can at the same time go out and serve and help other people. And when you help other people, your returns and your benefits will come back to you. You get what I'm saying? I remember that day, a couple of days ago, somebody was, my entrepreneur was calling me, and we were talking around the phone. And then he was saying, oh my God, COVID-19 is crazy. And then I say, why you say crazy? I thought he's saying about how many people are infected, how many people is dying. But you know what she said? She said, my income just shoots up exponentially. She said I was making 10,000, not a month, not a week, but every single day. Can you imagine this? That's why this is an opportunity. I'm calling out to a lot of salespeople out there, and especially most of you already have experience, already have a network, but you need a good product, you need a good platform. All you need to do is this app, an app app. You can build a global market with an app app using our platform. So I'm calling out to all of these salespeople out there, come and take a serious look into iTeam.
Right.
Okay. Now, Datu, in Philippines, we have 100 million population. Now, 95% of them are normal working class. Okay. So due to this economic downturn, lots of people are facing these economic difficulties. Now, Datu, what kind of suggestions you can give to us?
You see, a lot of businesses. I remember that day I was talking to my brother. My second brother in Sabah, he owns a big a restaurant, but his restaurant are basically catering for events, weddings, events. Look, he knows that his business, we will not have business. His restaurant can sit 1,500 people, 150 tables. You know what I'm saying? But he knows that his business is for 2020 is gone. But luckily, he has another plan B, which is which is production of bakery, bread. You know, bread is selling like hotcakes. So he has something to actually, cushion this off. So it is not just about all this industry. Remember the video, that Edge video just now, he was saying that even after post lockdown, social distancing will be a norm. It's a new normal. So what happens? You don't expect that now my shops, all the customers is coming back. No, you probably get about 30% back. But you know that you can't cover the basic cost. You can't even break even. So you got to do something about that on that basis. But I want to share with you one very important slide here, which is you jump out of this so-called framework, this framework here. A lot of people are trying to figure out a plan B to survive. Why don't you jump out further from here? Because what we are offering to our friends here, whether you are an employee, whether you are SME, whether you are actually a salesperson, whether you are housewives, basically we're offering you to experience a different way of life we call a happy life. That's why we are so passionate about what we do, is because we know that every action that we do online, offline, every single thing that we are doing here, sharing, using the platform, use our app, share our videos, everything that we do, we are building this happy life, which constitutes of wealth. Let me ask you this. Would you want to be wealthy without health? No, you said no. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a rich man who is completely sick and bedridden. You know what I'm saying? You want health at the same time, wealth. But let me ask you this. If you have wealth and health, but you have no time to do the things you love to do, you have no time for your family, for your kids, and then you miss the golden ages of them growing up and things like this, then you regret for the rest of your life. What about your family? So there is a way, and that is why in iTeam platform, we are giving you an opportunity, not just right through the crisis, but at the same time, now taking an opportunity to build a truly happy life for yourself. Because everything that we do together, we are taking care of our health, we're taking care of wealth, at the same time, freedom of time. And of course, in the end of the day, why the hell do we work so hard for? Not just for ourselves. Not for just for ourselves. You get what I'm saying? It could be your parents, it could be your wife, it could be your children. That is the most important thing. That's why I'm suggesting you take a look at this. Yeah.
Yes. I do agree with that, though, that only with these 4 elements complete, and we can lead to a happy life, right? But what actually should I do during this situation? Like, I'm asking for like young people like me, because outside there are still like fresh graduates, and then people who start working for 1 to 2 years only. And then you're now telling me like we are facing the biggest economic crisis. Can I say that we are really bad luck, very suay like that though?
Don't swear. Hey, if you say you swear, we all swear already.
Hello.
Okay. Actually, again, as our mindset, yeah. All right. When you see the positivity, now when we tell you about the crisis and the seriousness of a crisis, we are not pessimistic. In fact, we are very optimistic because there will be new industries coming up. Okay, and one of them is actually health and e-commerce. But the thing is, you got to make that change yourself. So that is truly very important. In fact, for young people, I strongly encourage you to start as early as possible. Now, for example, like you now, you came up just working for a couple of months and then you're hit with this crisis. You know what? Some people take 20 and 30 years to realize the reality that a job, a paycheck is not secure.
Right.
Because you see around you, everybody will be losing their jobs. So many companies are retrenching because most people have the wrong concept because we all went through the same education system and we think that having a job, okay, I'll be secure. No, sir, no, ma'am. If I'm a boss, if I have to cut costs, you will be the one being cut. You know what I'm saying? And if you are the one with the highest salary, I will cut you first. Why? Because that is the highest cost. So for young people, I strongly suggest you to take a look at this. But I'm not suggesting that all people must come to do this business. All I'm saying is you, as young people, when you do this business in iTeam, apart from you, okay, I can make wealth, I can make this and that, but there is 3 things that you will learn along the way. Why? Because these 3 things are truly very important. Let me share with you the 3 critical skills. If you have these skills as a young person, what is going to happen is you will flourish. You will be successful in any industry that you do. Number 1 is about selling. Here, we will train you what is top sales, how do you do sales, what is personal relationship. Number 2, leadership skills. Okay. Number 3, human relationship skills. Do you know this? If you have selling skills, leadership skills, human relationship skills, I can guarantee you as a young person, you will flourish in any industry. You'll be successful in any industry. And in iTeam, what is happening is we are giving you all these trainings for free. So a lot of people think that, okay, I come here just for the sake of making money. But do you know what? Because you are better in sales, you're better in leadership, you grow in terms of your human relationship. That is how you become successful. That is how money comes after you. So for young people, your focus is about development, is about growth, is about where you can learn more things. You get what I'm saying? From there. And there's this PPT I want to share with you where it's truly very important. Why come into iTeam? Because we provide you with this platform, the global platform. We have international global partners, management team, professional coaches. Do you know that as entrepreneurs, you have to spend so much money to all the speakers out there, and then they give you a small seminar, but the end is they want to sell you a more pricey seminar at the back. Why? Because they want to, basically they make money through education. All right. Now, what happens is in iTeam platform, we give you a global platform, we give you a growth system, and also the coaching system. How do you become a top sales? How do you become a top recruits? How do you do public speaking? And then most importantly, the growth system, the MDS, which we call mobile duplication system. All you need to do, you have a mobile phone. Everybody has a mobile phone. All you need to do is use that system and share with as many people as possible. We have the copy, paste, and reply auto recruiting system. And those of you who want to learn a lot of things, everything is in our 24/7 iTeam Business School. So you as a young person, you will develop, you will learn. And when you have all this capacity, when you have all this mindset and ability, I will guarantee you success comes after you.
Awesome. Great stuff there. Well, thank you very much. Yep, definitely a lot of things that we have learned today. Do we have time for any other question? Otherwise, we have come to an end of our show. So once again, thank you so much for those that is tuning in from the beginning till the end. Please help us to share, like, please comment. Do check out our iTeam World. We have a lot of stuff going on, just like Dato say, for young people, for housewife, for 9 to 5 working job class. Everyone, just come. All right. So I
Yeah,
also would
Daniel,
like to take,
you were talking about housewife just now. You're talking about
right.
housewives just now. This is the
Yes.
time where the housewife have to step up.
Right.
You get me? This is the time you have to step up because in a general community, I wouldn't say everybody, but most of the time the husband is the main breadwinner of the
Yes.
house. So, but
Correct.
the thing is, they are an SME or they are a salesperson or they are a working employee. So you never know that how hard they are going to be hit. What happens if the main breadwinner is being hit hard and then he's retrenched? You know what I'm saying? So as a housewife, you're the person that you have to prepare beforehand. That's what we say. Hope for the best, but be always prepared for the worst. So that's why a lot of females, in fact, this is the great time for home-based business. And then home-based business is perfect for housewives, people who are actually working from home. You know what I'm saying? That's why there are some entrepreneurs. I wouldn't say entrepreneurs. Sometimes now they give them a new term called mompreneur. Have you heard about this? Right,
Mompreneur.
mompreneurs.
Mom
Okay,
entrepreneur.
so
Mompreneur.
yeah, mompreneurs. So what happened was some of these mompreneurs were making so much money, and then that day one of my mompreneurs was calling me, and then she says that, "Oh, Kelvin, thank you so much, thank you, iTeam. Why? Because that last month I was making X amount of money, and then when I listened to that, I was saying to myself, oh my God, 1 month she's making, somebody has to be working for 5 years."
That's
And
right.
is a housewife. I wouldn't be surprised in the next 12 months you will have a millionaire housewives. I mean, somebody working from home, but actually is making over million a year. Okay, from that. So females are the best people to be in this industry in particularly. Why? Because they're very talkative. No, I mean, not talkative, but they love to share. They love to
I do
share.
admit that though.
Yeah, they love to share.
Talkative.
So there is also one target market. Wake these housewives up, wake these female people up, okay, from there, because in the end of the day, you want to have wealth. You sometimes maybe even your home-based business can be making so much more than the main breadwinner. You get what I'm saying? Then you are secure.
Cool.
You feel more secure. You get what I'm saying? So this is the thing that we should actually take note. Yeah, take actions. Take actions.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
All right. So Datu, in
Right.
regards in the 95% people who are working, so they know that they need the plan B. Now, how they can start the business if they want to?
well, it's very simple. Yeah, from here, let me show you this simple slides here. All you need to do is we are offering you a very simple 3 steps. Okay. Remember, I was talking about one mobile phone can start building an e-commerce and a health platform. All these things are already pre-applied, pre-planned for you. All you need to do is sign up, register for free. Again, you hear me right. Sign up, register for free. Number 2, you choose your product combination. Now, this is a business of not selling. This is a business of sharing. Remember, I was talking about sharing economy. So what happens is that you got to choose your product combination. Then there are lots of combination. Ask your friends who introduces you. Then what you need to do, because every combination is a market. There is a market for people who wants to give birth. There is a market for people who wants to slimming. There is a market for people who wants to detox. There is a market for people who want to prevent virus and bacterial infection. There is a market for children. There is a market for everything. So there is separate combination. So you think about what is the combination for myself, for my family, but at the same time, you know that when your needs is fulfilled, there is a lot of needs out there that we can serve. Then the third step is apply into iTeam. We will give you the CPR system, auto recruiting system. We also give you the MDS, mobile duplication system. Right now, right here at the lockdown, you can still continue to grow your online business, telling people about the importance of prevention towards a viral infection. So this is the step that I'm suggesting. Everybody take that step.
Wonderful, wonderful. Take that step, guys. Very insightful for Dato. Thank you so much. So we actually have come to our end of our online iTeam World session. So once again, thank you so much for everyone taking your time in this wonderful morning in joining us. Thank
Yeah.
you, Dato Kelvin, for joining us. Thank you, my
Thank
two
you.
wonderful
Thank you.
co-hosts, BJ,
Thank you.
Madeline, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, before
Thank you.
right, also before we end, maybe Doctor, will you do the honors to do a closing for us?
Okay, we shall do that. Before we do the closing, I want everybody to put in this. You know, iTeam has this signage, all right?
Yes,
What does
yes,
this
yes.
represent? Okay, so put into the comment, put in one. Put in the comment, put in one. This stands for iTeam. It also stands for international. This stands for number one. So put in and give us a lot of likes, give us a lot of love and everything. Give us some more. We expect you to key in one. All right, from here.
Go ahead,
Now,
guys.
guys, thank you very much, especially for our co-hosts here. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, BJ. Thank you, Madeline. You guys have been great. We set off iTeam with a vision to create the next 100 new millionaires. And I hope that 3 of you, one day, you will become the next millionaires. Yeah, from here. Now, before
All
we
right.
end,
Yes,
I want to ask everybody online right now. Before we end, I want to ask you this very important question. Let me ask you this. Whoever that is still listening out there, thank you very much for attending. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you. Keep coming. Now, what I want to ask you is this before we end here. Let me ask you this. For the next 5 to 10 years, do you think, for the next 5 to 10 years, do you think that health businesses is going to go up or go down? Now, again, next 5 to 10 years, do you think the businesses of health will go up or go down? Most people will say, no, surely up. Now, let me ask you the next question. Do you think for the next 5 to 10 years, e-commerce, internet businesses will go down or go up? Your answer will be going up. So would you want to miss that boat? No, this is the best time when the world freezes, we expand, and we don't want to just expand, we want to expand with you. Before I conclude, I would like to take this time to thank the people who have made this possible. Thank you, our host, and thank you to Angelo. Thank you to our Bunwai, who is back here helping us. Okay, back here helping us. But at the same time, thank you to all the leaders of iTeam. You guys have been great for the last 39 days locking down. You have been locked down, but you have been so active online. That is why we are growing exponentially. Okay, you have been fulfill your mission of giving help to people, telling people, look, COVID-19, we told you years and years ago, immune system, best doctor in the world. Last time you don't listen to us, you think we are bullshit. But now you start to realize, look, it is true because that's only through your immune system. I want to also tell our members, thank you for your support to our charity that have donated so much PPEs to our friends. And last but not least, I want to say to our audience right up there, ladies and gentlemen, is this: you have the chance to take this step. When the world freezes, we continue to expand. We want every one of us to experience a happy way of life. There is a better choice. At the same time, build your wealth. At the same time, have health. At the same time, have freedom of time. And of course, taking care of your family. So I would like to conclude and thank you everyone for listening. Okay, online. And I truly appreciate everybody's live today. And with that, I wish everybody great health and see you at the top. And for all of you, let me remind our members. Now we are still on the journey, and we're still continuing to work harder, fight harder. There will be more trainings coming in. There will be more onlines coming in. By the end of this year, by the end of 2020, we are still projecting another 100% growth. And I wish that there were more people on board. With that, I wish you good health. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you.